This is going to be so much fun.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while. So welcome back for everybody who hasn't seen me in a few months. And welcome and good luck to the people who have never been here before. So I have Polluted tonight. Guys, can you please introduce yourselves? Tell us where you're from and what you do.
Hello. We are Polluted. My name's Hunter. I play guitar and vocals.
I'm Travis. I'm bass.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm Matt. I play drums in Polluted.
Right
and
on.
We are from London, Ontario.
Fantastic. So you guys have such a great music scene out there.
We do. Yeah, we do.
Right.
It's the best. It's the
Yeah.
best in the world.
Yeah, you guys. So I used to do. I used to go to shows at Call the Office all the time.
Oh, cool.
It was short-lived, but I did quite a few shows out there, and then I got introduced to the Richmond. And
oh yeah, we played the Richmond.
What a beautiful place! What a great town for music.
Oh yeah. Well, Call the Office is closed now. It closed down a couple years ago. We actually didn't even get. We had a show booked there, and then it closed like 2 weeks before that show was supposed to happen.
It seems like everything was just getting ready to blossom, and then everything shut down. Everybody that I talked to about that time was like, "Oh, we were just about to do this, or we were just about to do this." So, okay, well, that leads me into my first question. But first, I'm going to introduce this young man beside me. His name is Andrew the Legend.
Andrew the Legend, everybody.
Right? So I met him at my Sofa City Sounds Volume 3 book release, which was 2 weeks ago now. You can find the books on sofacitysounds.ca, and you can find them at Grey Borders as well. So Andrew just happened to be extremely interactive with us.
Whoever was there that night, I should with me.
Yeah.
Had fun.
Oh, we had a like Andrew, from what I have been told, it out as a little punk fan and pulled him over to the metal side, and now he loves them both. So here we are sitting next to each other interviewing you guys.
Cool.
Yeah. So my first question for you guys, okay, so I don't know, like when you guys started and all that stuff. We will definitely get into that. But
okay.
We had just had a conversation about when things started to shut down. So I'm curious to know how you.
Well, we just stuck to ourselves and just kept playing music and stuff nonstop. And yeah.
Did you find
opportunity to write?
Yeah, we wrote a lot during that time. Well, I mean, so we formed like a couple months before COVID happened. Like we had just started playing shows like that November, that October or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, we played like maybe about 3-4 shows before COVID. And then, yeah, and we were just like starting out, like we hadn't came into our element at all. But during COVID and stuff, that we really came into our element and went like, well, that's kind of where we became like an actual like started making more like punk music instead of just like, I don't know what to call our early songs.
Well, your practice stage, no?
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
Something like that. I mean, since you guys were as new as you were when everything shut down.
Yeah.
Did you find that it pulled you guys together as a band better because you had that opportunity to really sit with each other before the recording and the getting on stages and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like Travis and I've like really got into our groove with like vibing between like guitar and bass and like vocals and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we've established that you guys formed in 2018.
2019.
Yeah? 29. Oh, right. 2019. See, I'm just not sure what happened to it, but it's not there anymore. So, okay, so you formed in 2019. you got a couple of months together, and then the pandemic pulls, everything to a halt. You guys obviously did a really good job of getting into your creative process.
Yeah.
So how did you guys come out of that? So when everybody, like when, things started lifting and shows started happening again, and how did that work for you guys?
I mean, it worked pretty well into our favor with like coming up with lots of songs and stuff, and like developing like a small following and stuff between like the people our age and like the younger bands and stuff in London. But like when everything lifted and stuff, it really came down. Like we had another drummer. We were with another drummer for 2 years, and when it really stuff started to get like pretty serious for us, like we had to find a new drummer, and that's where Matt came in, and he's been with us for a year, and that's recorded our album with.
Right on.
So yeah.
Right on. Okay, so when did you record your album? Now, when we were talking backstage, like I said, I didn't do too much research. I did do a little bit, but like I said, I like to keep it a surprise for all of us, I suppose. So, like, when did you guys record your album, and how did you do it, and where did you do it, and who was involved, and all that stuff? Give us all the goods.
Yeah, so essentially, like, I guess, like, kind of the timeline was, like, I joined, like, last December, essentially, and then did, like, a couple of shows, just kind of started, like, getting used to everybody, like, playing together, and then we started writing, like, a lot more material, and then we were, like, talking about getting an album going and, like, what we wanted to have on it, and I think it was probably about May, I think, last year, I think, or was it March? I can't remember.
April, when we went and like did our first like live off the floor sessions.
Those are always fun.
Yeah.
So we
Wait
did
till I
that.
get to bring you one of those. Those are fun.
Yeah. And so we started tracking like last April, and then the studio that we were at went under after I did my guitar overlayers. And so pretty much from like May of last year until maybe September, I was kind of doing my vocals periodically wherever I could. Mostly just with like friends in another band called Lovers. And then we finished our whole album at a place called the Sugar Shack in London, which was literally saved us. We almost had to scrap our whole first album pretty much.
Oh, wow.
What do you guys think your most liked song is in your newest album?
What's that?
Question, buddy.
What do you think your most liked song in your newest album is?
Well,
that is a good question.
Right?
Like Apathy.
Yeah, people really like Apathy.
Apathy is definitely our most streamed song out of all of them.
Yeah.
That's maybe because we released it as a single too before we ended up.
Yeah.
The album,
We also did a music video for that song too.
Which I think really helped me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music videos that you guys did send me, I did open and watch, and fantastic. You guys did a good job.
Yeah. But other than like excluding Apathy, because we put that out like a little bit before our album, probably the opening song, Lil Wayne 2004.
Oh yeah.
Which
that's the other most streamed one as well.
Yeah, we also have a video for that.
What's the story behind that song?
I think actually that was probably like the first song we ever wrote with Matt, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, it was either that or a song called Part of You. Probably both of them in the same time.
Yeah, they were kind of like both like similar times when I first started like writing songs with them as well too. And then I remember we were gonna call it something else. We were gonna call it, I think it was like
it was gonna be called Trip the Same.
Yeah, but
but that's not nearly as cool.
Well, let's think of something else to call it. And I was like, I thought Lil Wayne 2004. I'm like, yeah. So we ended up doing that. And there's
So,
I've
sorry,
heard,
go ahead.
I've heard a lot of people like a lot of different songs on the album for different reasons. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like a slower, like more melodic song, whereas like Lil Wayne 2004 is just kind of like more of like a punky, like fast song. So it's like I've heard people liking different songs for different reasons.
Yeah.
And I would say like the most popular ones would probably be like those three, but like yeah, like I said before, everybody.
Yeah.
Right
that-
on.
White privilege is always a crowd favorite. Same with Losing Funds.
Okay.
A song called Help Myself.
What's that based on?
Tried to only put good songs on the album, basically.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Right on.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, okay, so what do you guys what are you guys looking to do let's say over the next year? What are you guys up to over the next year?
Ooh, that is a very good question.
I know. It's a super broad one. It's a new one. I've never asked that one before.
Yeah. Well, we want to play a lot of shows, like pretty much double what we did last year and stuff,
Okay.
especially now because we have a full album out.
Okay.
And then if I'm to share a little secret with you, we already kind of started recording an EP that we're going to be putting out later this year.
Heard
So,
it here first.
Lots
That's awesome. I love when
of
stuff like that happens.
lots of shows though. Like because we want to keep building our name and stuff, right?
Yep.
Especially if we're gonna drop something else. So yeah, we're pretty much just branching out into as many cities and as many areas as possible to make it like so we can be considered a local band all around
Yep.
Ontario.
Well, we can definitely talk about this region when for sure. We'll definitely talk about this region. And I would certainly love to put you guys in the punk version of Sofa City Sounds.
Yeah.
It won't be released until next summer. But this isn't much of a secret because Finney McConnell said it when I interviewed him at the beginning. Actually, you know what? I said it was about 6 months since I've done an interview. I lied. I interviewed Finney from the Mahones the night before you saw him.
You did?
I did. So the Mahones are scheduled to do the book release of the punk
When's the
book.
next show?
So I would love to put you guys in that book along with them. And then we're looking to do a punk festival, I believe, for that release.
Sounds
Yeah.
cool.
So and I'm hoping to do it in my hometown. So
Yeah, that sounds
so
like
we'll have you out here.
right up our alley. Like
Oh yeah.
Okay.
pretty much
So-
we're gonna do like as many shows as we can to keep getting our name out and stuff.
Okay.
Like we're like diving into the Toronto scene pretty hard, or at least trying to the best of our abilities.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we've played
So
a
that's
couple
kind of
shows already this year, like out of town. Like last weekend, we played in Windsor at a venue called the Chelsea, and then we also played in Toronto also last week as well too.
Yeah.
Oh, who'd you play with in Toronto?
65 Ronin. That was a
Nice.
sick band.
Band
Yeah.
called Perfect Strangers. They were the
Wicked. Awesome. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in the Toronto scene. I grew up in Toronto and Niagara Falls at the same time.
Oh, cool.
So I spent a lot of time in the Toronto scene. There's a lot of great bands out there that you guys would fit perfectly on stage with.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Definitely.
we kind of had like a bit of a ska phase in our band and stuff, and that I really like a band called the Filthy Radicals.
Mm-hmm.
And so they pretty much like I didn't listen to any ska before I discovered them, and like they're kind of what got me into ska. So hopefully we can play with them someday because those guys like my idols. And then there's another band from Toronto that we opened for in London called the OBGMs.
Yeah.
You heard of them?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
With Sofa City, independent is my thing. So all the bands that you're mentioning are all on the top of my list when it comes to the stuff that I put on when I'm driving or cleaning or whatever. As much as I love the mainstream stuff, like I've seen Maiden a million times. I've seen, you know, Megadeth and stuff like that. But when it comes to going to shows, I much prefer to be at the local shows.
Oh yeah, same. Like it's
You know.
kind of even hard to go to like a big show. To be honest, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. And now I don't know, now it's not at one point it was about the money for me. I wasn't a fan of spending that kind of money, and now I think it's more about the experience. You know, I don't get to sit and chat with the bands. I don't get to watch one band with another band. You know, I don't get to do those things when I go to big shows. But when you go to the independent shows, when you go to, you know, your local bar scene and stuff like that, you really get the opportunity to get to know the bands. And I think that makes your music even better.
And you're probably going to see people that you know.
Well, yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think that makes the music better because you actually get to know the people that are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into making that.
Yes, that's right. Actually, that's why I really like the London scene, even though we've kind of slowed down with playing in London. Just because like we played London so much while we were making a name for ourselves and stuff, and now it's just time to get into other cities. But yeah, London, like the whole music scene here is just like one big family. Like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And if you don't know someone, like if they're coming out to shows and you're going out to shows, you'll meet them eventually, or you'll see the band that they're in.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Yeah. My favorite is standing next to somebody and having small talk with them. And then they go, okay, I'll be back, or it was nice chatting with you or whatever. And the next thing you know, they're the guitar player that's on stage, or the drummer or whatever. And it's like, no shit, I was just talking to that guy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't know. I think there's more meaning when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so
for sure.
too.
You know, same with Toronto scene. They're all one big, huge family.
Huge.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the music, if you're having a rough day, if you need to get to work. Everybody, it seems like in the metal and the punk scene, we want to be there for each other.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what makes our scenes family.
Yeah. And if you don't support local music, get out.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So, well, and that's the thing, like, and you know, with having Andrew sitting next to me, we need to keep the family aspect of the scene so that we can keep bringing in new generations.
Big time.
You know, like when I did Sofa City, the book release, we had done it all ages. And at first I was a little nervous about it because I wasn't sure how the turnout was going to be. Because A, it's been a long time since I've thrown a party. But B, I've been an adult for too long. So, you know, you forget that you want to bring your kids out for these experiences and stuff like that. And I'm really glad that we did, because not only did we pack the house, but a quarter of that house was children.
Nice.
You know, it was kids 17 and under. Yeah. So, like,
16
you know,
to 20.
Yeah, well, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure there was a little girl there. She was about 2.5, 3 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then we had another, I think he was 5 or 6.
Yeah, he was 5.
Andrew's 12.
He was standing on a stool.
Yeah. So, like, there was a lot of kids there. The kids that started the mosh pit, they were only 15, 16 years old. So, you know, like, it's nice to see that our music is carrying on along the generation. And we're, you know, and it's been a really big year for metal and punk, you know, a big couple of years for metal and punk, I think. I think last year we really made a comeback.
Yeah, this year is even crazier so far.
Yeah. Like there's already been 3 weekends this year where I completely canceled out on going to shows because there was so many good bands playing. There was no making decisions. It was just like, fuck it, I'm staying home. It's way easier than trying to go see every band.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's so many good shows happening this year. I've even driven to London a few times for some good shows.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, I'll go anywhere for a show, especially when it's friends too. Like Kavara
Oh yeah,
are friends
I
of
know
mine.
them.
Well, Serena,
They're,
she and I are talk.
Their bass
And
player, Spinny. He was he's like the sound guy at 765 here in London for
nice.
like our whole time, and now we just see him like working various sound jobs at whatever show in London. It's cool.
Yeah, they're in volume 2. They're great. I love them. I talk to Serena whenever I can. I actually just ran into her at Rotting Christ
Really?
last weekend. Yeah, I saw them in Toronto, and it was the day after my birthday. Actually, no, the weekend after my birthday. It was the day after Sofa City.
Oh, nice.
And I ended up at the show, and I ran into her there, and her birthday was a couple days after that. So,
That's cool.
yeah. So who have you guys worked with? Who have you played with? And who do you want to shout out to?
Well, I think the sickest bands that we played with are the OBGMs and No Bro. When they came to London, that was like opening for Nirvana for me. But
That's amazing.
yeah, other than that, like our whole local scene, like Mental State, Lovers, Abnoir, and then like the homies in Windsor, Scram, they're sick. Abide by the Few, and a new band when we just played in Windsor. I made good friends with the guys in a band called Eerie Days, so we'll be playing with them pretty soon. They were super chill.
Wicked. I'm looking to come around Windsor in the next little while. I had Al Bones from Gypsy Chief Goliath in Sofa City, so I'm hoping to head out there and dive into the music a little bit more. So let me know when you guys are on stage out there again.
Yeah, well, in June we'll be out there again. Windsor's my favorite city, so
yeah. I've only been through Windsor. I've never had the opportunity to actually like hang around for a day and see what it's like.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that'll be an interesting time.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Right on. That's
same
awesome.
with Hamilton too. We're in Hamilton on Saturday. With our buddies
Saturday
from Windsor. Like this Saturday.
Where are you playing?
At Doors.
What a great spot.
Oh yeah. We played there in December or January. Yeah, it was a good time.
Right on. Yeah, what a great spot.
Is it all ages?
Not usually.
Unfortunately.
But they're unfortunately. But they're really good for the band.
All shows should be all ages.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that we need to I think we really need to find either find venues that we can negotiate some all ages shows with, or we need to find a venue that we can make all ages on a regular basis. So
yeah, no, I agree.
That's what we even did here for a bit in London with a place called the Marconi Club. We started booking shows there with some of the other bands we play with all the time here in London, and kind of were able to have more all ages shows there and grow our younger fan base that way.
Oh, man,
and it was perfect too because one of the things, like, we started the band and stuff and we were just like any other band that forms, right? But like when COVID hit and then we were coming back playing these awful shows behind a screen and stuff in front of like 15 drunk 50-year-olds who like either hated our guts or loved our guts.
What was that like?
It was an experience for sure.
I bet. I didn't experience the scene the entire time it was like that. I chose to stay behind the camera. It was probably safer for all of us.
I mean, yeah, like, well, we really like went really hard with that stuff. Like, we were like, a show, like, who cares? Because I mean, that's how you get good at playing live,
right?
Yeah, you just gotta play.
That's how you you just gotta like throw yourself into it. And but yeah, it was definitely an experience playing like all those shows. We played shows like that for like the better part of a year too, and then once we finally were able to convince the bars to let all ages shows happen, that's when things like really started to pick up. And then, like Travis said, with the Marconi Club, because our whole thing, we just wanted to like give back to the kids, and because like we all went to like hardcore shows and stuff when we were teenagers and went to shows all the time. And at that age where like these kids should be having the experience, like if you're passionate about music, you should be able to go out and see your local bands. But these kids didn't get to do that for their whole first half of their teenage years, right? So then when it came back, it was like we really wanted to connect with that scene, and we definitely did. I'd like to think so. And honestly, shout out to all those kids in our local music scene too, because we would not be able or even want to do this without them.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome to hear. You're the first band I've had on that has actually just given it directly to the kids. And I can appreciate that because like we were saying earlier, we don't get to keep doing this if we don't continue to bring the generations on board. And really, it doesn't matter what kind of music it is. It could be metal, it could be pop, it could be punk, preferably not pop, but whatever. It can be whatever, just as long as we're getting it to the new fans, which is why I do what I do. I can't play an instrument to save my life, but I can find all the good bands that nobody's listening to, and I can do exactly what we're doing right now. I can write the books. I can put the shows on. I can't put the music out there, but you guys can, so I can do this. Yeah. Right? So.
And we will keep giving you music to the best of our abilities.
Fantastic. When I get the opportunity to, I will get you guys everything over that we need for Sofa City Sounds. And then my publishing company has been through the roof busy, which is fantastic. I'm really happy for them. So we haven't had the opportunity to upgrade the website yet, but when we do, we have a music repository where we put all the bands that we work with. We put all their music there. We put up their websites, merch pages, all that stuff. We just haven't had the opportunity to touch it because we've been going nonstop since the release party for Volume 3. So, and they're like backed up till next year with printing, and they do everything in the basement. So, yeah.
Hey, that's DIY,
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where like the true punk is. Like, there's a band. There's a band in London called Lovers. They are the epitome of a DIY punk band.
That's awesome. I would love for you to connect me with them.
Oh yeah, no, they're really good friends with ours. We used to, when we first started, they had been playing since they were like 14 or whatever, as far as I know. But they were like the first band at our age that we started playing shows with, and then it took till last year for us to be like, yo, like we've been playing shows together for 2 years. Let's start kicking it. And then, very good friends of ours. That's where I finished tracking my vocals with Adam and Thomas from Lovers. And, they recorded their album all themselves and stuff like that. Like, that is really impressive, and it is really sick to watch.
Right.
Like, we don't have those skills, right? And that's where, like, a studio is really helpful, and we also get to support the studios too that are like all about the punk rock and shit. So
yeah, and it's funny that you say that because today I was talking about how when I put together these books, it shouldn't be just the musicians that we're including. We should be including everybody behind the scenes as well. The venue owners,
sound guys, photographers. We wouldn't be here without photographers.
Oh. Speaking of photographers, I have to shout out to Miles LeBlanc he's in the Toronto scene. His photography is coming up super fast. He's fantastic. He's done, I can't tell you
about him.
He is that guy. Great. Some of his photography was submitted to my last book. And I haven't told him yet, but I was given more of his photography for Volume 4. So he is definitely, if you guys are going to be in Toronto, he's definitely somebody to reach out to.
We heard about one of our buddies in Windsor knows him.
Yeah, he's pretty big in the metal scene. He's a great dude. So, Yeah, he and I became friends fast. He's a great dude. Are you yawning?
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Is it past your bedtime?
No, I'll go to bed at 10.
10?
Oh, my.
That's super late, buddy.
No, not that much.
You got any more questions?
No.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food?
Yeah.
That's a hard one. Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
And
great.
what about what's your favorite punk band?
Megadeth.
Megadeth is your
Megadeth.
favorite band?
Megadeth or
Who did you see for your birthday?
Megadeth are so punk.
Right? Who did you see for your birthday?
the Mahomes.
Yeah.
The Mahomes, yeah.
Yeah, he did the Mahone show for his birthday, and they pulled him up on stage to sing with him.
I gotta check out that band. I feel like I've heard people talk about them, and you were talking about them. So
They're-
I'll check them out after this.
They're fantastic. Yeah, there you go, Forgotten Rebels. Yeah, no, the Mahomes are fantastic,
I know
and
Forgotten Rebels.
Finney is amazing. So
Okay.
yeah, he's a great dude. Everybody in the band is fantastic, but I've had the opportunity to sit down and chat with Finney, and he's one of the most down to earth people you'll ever meet. If you didn't know he was a rock star, you'd never know he was a rock star. He's
He
that
was?
humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I would
yeah.
I would love to talk to that guy sometime.
Well, we always have guest hosts on Sofa City, so we might be able to make that happen in the future.
Cool.
So-
Hey, do you know a guy named Ted Axe?
I do.
Really? We're playing with him this weekend.
Are you?
Yeah, he's the headliner. I actually had no clue who this guy was.
Yeah. Yeah, we know each other through Facebook, and I have some of his music. I feel like when I was working with the Boneyard, I interviewed him, or he was scheduled to be interviewed with us. I know that sounds terrible, but I think I've done somewhere around 300 interviews in the last 3 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like sometimes I forget. I don't do it on purpose. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure if I haven't interviewed him, he was scheduled to be interviewed. But from everything, like all the interaction we've had since he's been on my Facebook and stuff, he seems like a really cool dude. His music's great. So, that should be a really good show. It should be a lot of fun for you guys.
Yeah, he's like an old punk rock dude, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that should be a good time. Who else are you guys playing with
Scram.
this weekend?
Yeah, Scram.
And then,
Nice.
Is that it, or is there one more?
There's
I think they added a couple.
LVFH or something, and then Paradise Mayday.
Right on. Awesome.
I don't know either of those bands, but they're from Hamilton, and we love us some Hamilton bands.
So I listen to everything, and I'm one of those people who truly listens to everything.
Yeah, me
like
too.
the heaviest I listen to will scare your mom. The lightest I listen to will probably scare me. And I'll tell you, some of the Hamilton bands that I work with, some of the metal bands that I work with out of Hamilton are some of the heaviest bands I have ever worked with. If you guys are into death metal and stuff like that, check out Cryophilic. They are probably, they're probably one of the top 10 bands. Yeah. See? So, yeah, they're probably one of the top 10 bands they're on like my top 3 right now.
They were 2 weeks ago now.
They were the second band that played, and they had everybody's attention, and they're good dudes. Actually, our promo for tonight's episode was I should shout this out. Our promo was put together by their guitar player, Kurt Smythe. So
cool.
He does all my promos for Sofa City Sounds and for anything else that I need them done for. So yeah, they're great band. They have another album coming out. So they're playing around Hamilton, London, Toronto, St. Catharines.
Nice.
Yeah, if you guys like that, I highly recommend you check them out. Vaudevillian is I feel like they're out of Hamilton as well. If not, that's where I saw them. But I feel like they're out of Hamilton as well. And they're like
who are they called?
They're called Vaudevillian. Okay. And they're a 1930s washboard duo. So like banjo and a washboard and bells, and yeah, they're fantastic. So that which gives you a really
I would
good-
love to see that.
Oh,
Actually,
they were amazing. The very first time I was ever introduced to them, because this is how I find a lot of my bands. I find shows where I've never heard of the bands before, and those are the shows I go to. And that's how I discover
Yeah.
music. That's
Nice.
how. So the person I was seeing at the time, he and I had gone out for dinner, and they just happened to be getting ready to play. So we stayed and we watched them, and what a time. They were there was like 20 of us maybe, and them, and what a blast. So much fun. We had a great time. They had the house going the entire time they were on stage. So I bought everything
That
they
is
sold.
awesome. What venue did you see them at?
I saw them. You know what? I didn't see them in Hamilton. So this is what makes me think they're from Hamilton. I saw them in Brantford at a place called the Soulful Cafe.
The Soulful
Yeah,
Cafe.
super tiny, super
that.
super tiny. And if you stayed, it was $15 tip for the band, and I think we got like 10% off on our dinner because we stayed and did the $15 tip, and it was a great time. We had so much fun. I love little intimate shows like that.
Yeah, we love that.
I got to see Laid to Rest and Well and Wasted. It was.
Oh, I've heard of both those.
Both of them are amazing bands.
Yeah, I feel like we've played with Well and Wasted in
They sound
London.
real
Like
familiar.
they're so fun.
Yeah,
Morgan is fantastic. If there's something he can swing from, he will. They put on such an amazing
cool.
show. I had so much fun working with them. They were in Volume 2 as well. They were the only punk band that I put in Volume 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Volume
nice.
2 was all metal. Volume 3 was all metal, and Well and Wasted. I didn't even hesitate to put them in. And then Morgan's got another
Nice.
project going on too. It's called Go Oga Pogo.
Oh yeah.
Oh
we saw
yeah,
that
I've heard
with,
Yeah.
of them.
my homies.
Yep.
Yeah, they were the starting band.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Morgan's a great dude. All of them, every single one of them are great dudes. But Morgan's the one I usually run into the most. So yeah,
Nice.
no, they're a lot of fun. So yeah,
Yeah, I think they're from Whitby, if I remember correctly.
Well and Wasted.
No, him.
Actually.
Welland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Welland. Same.
Yeah. Actually, Welland and Whitby are 3 hours apart.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is Whitby? Is Whitby on the way to Windsor?
Whitby
then?
is somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Whitby is just north of Oshawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
going.
well, then I don't know geography.
Yeah, so Welland, they always call Welland the armpit of Niagara region, but Welland is like one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah, they their music scene is really quiet, but the musicians that come out of Welland are dynamite.
Awesome.
There's a
I've been
band
there
out of
a few times,
Toronto
seen the canals
called-
and all that.
Pardon?
I've been there and seen like the canals and all that, whatever.
Yeah. Well, we're actually broadcasting out of Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so we're not
Nice.
too far away from Welland.
Do you guys go skating on the water?
No.
You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that because I was just talking to one of my kids the other day. We were driving past Chippewa Creek, which is where I learned how to ice skate. And
Oh,
I
cool.
can't remember the last time it was frozen, to be honest with you. Like when we were kids, within the first couple weeks of it getting cold, that pond would be frozen and we would play hockey and we'd get dragged on our sleds when we were little kids and stuff. And I can't even tell you the last time that little river was frozen. Maybe 10 years ago.
Global warming.
Well, yeah, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately, but I think like every 10,000 years, the universe does this anyway, doesn't it? Like I know we're speeding up. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
we're speeding up the process. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the polar things are about to switch
Yeah.
pretty soon. And it's gonna be like the end. It's gonna be the end of the world, so we might as well. rock
well,
it
I
out.
mean, if
Yeah.
that's the case, then we might as well just rock out, right? Like,
Yeah.
I remember at the beginning of everything, I didn't want to stay in the house. I mean, it's no secret that I didn't stay in the house. Yeah, everybody.
no.
Like, I mean, at this point, everybody knows
I
that
broke
I'm a rule
so many
breaker.
COVID laws. It's not even funny. I should be in prison.
Well, and that's like, okay, here's my thought process, and maybe I'm wrong. And like, I mean, I've had health issues and stuff, so I know that, you know, staying inside is probably healthier and all that stuff. But if the world is ending and it's a deadly virus and I'm going to die anyway, I'm going to go out with bells, whistles, and fireworks. I'm not going to be sitting on my couch terrified of whatever is about to come at me. You know?
Exactly. I don't conform. I abide
Kick it
by the
off.
few.
No. I'd much rather go out in a pit than go out worried at home, not doing anything with myself. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Big time.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, I know it's a sensitive subject. I know it's difficult, but I'm one of those people who all through everything, I just lived my life normally. And
That's what you got to do.
I still have, like, I've had one cold and one fever in 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had autoimmune issues, and I've had heart attacks, and I have blood problems and stuff like that. And I take care of
You're used
myself.
to rocking and rolling.
Yeah, man, I just take care of myself. I live my life. I enjoy every day. Because if I were to wake up dead tomorrow, would today be worth it? I hope so. You know?
Probably. Yeah, you're talking to Polluted. We're so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know. So no, you know what? I really like how this interview has gone. It's been more of like a sit on the couch and shoot the shit kind of thing. And I really, really am enjoying this. I was a little nervous because I hadn't given Andrew any kind of instruction or anything. I was just like, well, this is what we're doing. And he's doing pretty good, I think, for his first interview.
I think so too.
And
congratulations.
you guys have been fantastic to sit and chat with and talk to. And I'm really looking forward to working with you guys for Sofa City Sounds, and definitely looking forward to doing some shows with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's good to hear that there's a scene down there too, because like,
That's quite big.
I don't know,
We're working on it.
It's kind of
So-
interesting. Yeah, we were like just talking today about like what shows we want to do and like what different regions and like different venues that we haven't really played, and like Niagara and like St. Catharines was one that we kind of brought up as well. So definitely,
Okay.
Yeah, because we haven't been out
yeah, I
there yet.
haven't really like played many shows out there. Like farthest has been like essentially Toronto, and we played Hamilton a bunch of times as well too. There's
All right.
another venue in Brantford that we played in like December. That was a lot of fun too. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, 2 doors down. That place was.
So-
I heard that place is pretty decent. You know where else? I don't know if you guys are interested in but wow, that was brutal, eh? Let me try that again. I don't know if you guys are interested in the Guelph scene, but the Red Papaya is one of the best venues I have ever been to.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we have a show there in July.
Well, I hope you guys have a blast. And if it's not during any of the shows that we have going on, I'll definitely be out there. I love that place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
we're talking
Yeah,
about that, and then we have a show at Jimmy Jazz as well too in Guelph.
Love that place.
Yeah, Jimmy Jad.
Yeah, how do you say it normally? So yeah, no, I'm happy to hear that you guys are moving around and doing the things that you're doing, because your music is fantastic. It is. It really is.
Yeah, we actually have some people come out and see us play like in Guelph too, because we played there a couple times.
Right on.
I know there's some people who like DM us if we're coming out in the area, because they want some of our merch.
Yeah. Well,
Because last time we played there, we had no merch and everyone was so mad at us.
yeah. Well, the thing I think that we as fans love about merch is we know that is direct support. You know, and we don't work in an industry where we get to directly, or I should say, we work in one of the only industries that we do get to directly support each other. You know, which is really nice. And we work and the thing I love about the independent industry is when fans go, hey, you know, I would love to see that on a shirt. or, you know, hey, that'd be a great line in one of the songs. And then all of a sudden, you know, like, hey, here's that shirt that you asked us for.
Everybody
Or,
loves it.
yeah, you know, or like, hey, you remember you said that that would be a great line? Well, we wrote it down and it's in this song or whatever. You know, the interaction is huge. And I know, like, we've already, you know, had this conversation once or twice already as far as like being family goes, but that's what makes it. You know,
Yeah.
being able to directly support the bands and stuff. If you guys have stickers, I would love to either come out and get some from you or have you send them to me. Because I drive a little red Honda Fit. It's got a whole bunch of little dents in it, and I use band stickers as Band-Aids for
You
my
do?
car. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we got some dope stickers.
Wicked. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely would love to put one on my car. Like, I've got cryophilic on my my bumper, and then I've got the rip cords on my hood.
Your car's red?
Yeah, man.
Is it in the popular?
It is. It's the one covered in all the band stickers.
Oh, I didn't notice it.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little Honda Fit, man. It gets me from A to B. And when it's snowing out, it's like driving a sled on wheels. It's so fun.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, it's so fun. And it's a standard, so I get to control what I hit.
that's like Matt's car.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
drive manual too. But
yeah,
I drive
yeah.
Subaru, so it's basically like a rally car, so it's perfect for the snow.
Mm,
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
also gonna shout out our the girl who makes our merch too. It's actually my mom's family friend, and she just started doing it for free kind of thing, and like
Yep.
we ended up like starting to pay her some money to get like more stuff made over time, and she's awesome too. Like everything
Beautiful.
that's thrown at her, like idea wise, she's been able to like replicate it and make it no problem. And yeah, we got a lot of merch too right now, and then hoping to get some more as well too, like maybe some different things for the summer. So
Yeah,
Kathy,
we're gonna do some speedos and bikinis.
So we were
And
just talking
and
about
cowboy
Eclectic doing
hats.
that.
Definitely cowboy hats.
Oh, that's sick.
yeah, probably gonna do
That-
some
oh, So, speaking of cowboy hats, have you guys ever had the opportunity to have Bev come out to any of your shows?
Oh yeah,
He's amazing, eh?
yeah, I love that guy. You guys know the cowboy guy who dances at shows?
Yep.
Yeah, Bev Camp.
Yeah,
He's fantastic.
100
yeah,
That's
he's
so awesome.
he's a
I met
trooper.
him at Call the Office.
what's
So
that?
when Call the Office opened in 2017, 2018, when it changed hands, it was actually Jillian Underhill, who owns Niagara Metal, and her friend Vanessa that were the bartenders there, that were running it. So
Oh, nice.
I used to jump on the bus before I had a car, and it takes almost 9 hours to get to London from Niagara on a
It
bus.
does?
Just saying, yeah.
You can sleep on there.
And we a friend of mine and I went out there to see Snake River Redemption. They're from Toronto, but we went to London to see them.
I feel like I've heard
Oh,
of that
nice.
before too.
Pardon?
I feel like I've heard of that band before. That sounds familiar.
They just did their last show for now on February 3rd. But they're one of the bands that I've seen like 20 or 30 times. They always put on a good show. I call them the unlikely trio because they don't look like a band. They don't look like they're all in the same band. And then they get on stage and blow you away. So that's always
More
fun.
like us. It's pretty
Yeah.
much like us.
So yeah, like their drummer, his style is completely opposite from their guitar player, who's like 7 feet tall. And then their bass player is like my height. And what a fucking voice that guy has, man. Because their bass player is also their lead singer. And
Oh,
holy
cool.
shit. Like, those guys always put on a fucking party when I see them. And I've been dropping F-bombs.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fine.
pretty
I do
good,
that
eh?
too. Yeah.
So, well, I forget.
You're
Because
definitely shooting shit.
yeah. Dad's out there, so
It's kind of like us.
well, he's seen it now. It is what it is. He let you come over and hang out with me. You're corrupt now. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, well, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about that we didn't mention? Anybody else you want to shout out to? We're coming pretty close to the end of our hour, and I just want to make sure that everything that we need to talk about gets in.
Damn,
and if not,
it's already
we
been
can always
almost
do
an
this
hour.
again. I know.
Yeah, no, I'd love to talk with you again.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we all would.
Definitely. We will definitely continue to have you on the show. We will talk about putting some live shows together. I will come out and interview you face to face soon.
And we'll tell you some crazy stories.
Well, maybe we could do, like, do you guys have an escape room out there, or like mini putt or something like that?
Do.
Like, can I take the band on a date?
I would love to come.
Yeah, 100%.
And then we'll have somebody record our afternoon, and then we'll put together like an actual edited episode of my date with Polluted.
I just did an escape room on the weekend actually with my girlfriend, and it was a Mad Hatter theme one, and it was really hard, like surprisingly hard. So
okay.
Did you cry?
I almost did because of how hard it was.
He cried so hard. Let's laugh at him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I would definitely love to do that, or have you guys down for a day. And like, there's plenty of room here because, you know, we have musicians come in quite a bit, so there's always plenty of room here if you don't want to drive home.
Yeah, we should go on a vacation
bring your significant others as well. There's lots of
Niagara
room.
Falls.
And like maybe we can hit the
The
Mario
strip clubs.
Speedway. So we'll bring Andrew with us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat all you guys.
So, but yeah, maybe we'll do like the it's not called Mario Kart Speedway, but it might as well be. You know, or we'll do like a wax museum or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Actually, the Speedway is super fun. I went there for my girlfriend's birthday, and we had a blast riding around that thing. Actually, Niagara Falls is crazy. We should go there, boys.
well, why don't we plan to have you guys come down here and do something? Like maybe we could do like the zip line and stuff before your show.
Yeah, that would be.
And then we could do your show, and then we could record everything, and maybe we could do like behind the scenes home video for you guys.
That'd be
That
fun.
would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Hey, is Niagara Falls close to Barrie?
Nope.
Nope.
We're
Okay.
about 3 hours away.
Damn. Okay.
So, but we're about an hour away from Hamilton. So, like when you guys drive to Hamilton, if you keep driving for another hour, you'll hit us. Well, I don't know if you guys are able to or want to cross the border, but we are right next to Buffalo.
Yeah,
we would
shows
love to cross the
all the
border.
time as well too. Like kind of into like metalcore and stuff. So like Buffalo is basically like 2.5 hours from me. So
Yeah.
last
I haven't been over there in years, but I did my first show there actually when I was 13. I saw Sloan.
there's a couple of venues there. There's like the Rec Room is pretty big there. I've seen a couple shows there, and then there's another venue called like the Town Hall that's there.
We want to link up with some bands from Buffalo and play some shows.
There's also like I think it was Mohawk Stage or something. I'm pretty sure. I've seen it.
I'm not sure.
That one's like that's a smaller little venue, but
the last time I was there was 2006 for Ozfest.
Really?
Yeah, that's how long it's been since I've been over there.
Wow.
I've never had a dull moment when I've been over there. I don't know how else to explain it. It's never been a dull moment when I've been over there. I went to see Faster Pussycat, Winger, Cinderella, and Poison. And
Ooh,
what a show, man.
that is
What
a crazy show.
Oh my God, it was so fun. But on the way there, the guy who was driving, he worked in the States for a little while. And they literally made me duck down on the floor of the car while they drove through one of the neighborhoods because it cut off like 40 minutes from the border to Darien Lake by going through this neighborhood. Otherwise, you had to go all the way around.
I take it was a bad neighborhood.
Yeah. So 45 minutes wasn't worth it. Like, I mean, nothing happened, but it wasn't a fun experience. Yeah, it was pretty scary. It was pretty scary. The rest of it was beautiful. Like, I've been to Detroit and stuff too, and then like,
I love Detroit.
Gorgeous.
I
Gorgeous.
fit in Detroit.
Me too. Me too. I'm just mouthy enough for that place.
Yeah. Who was the rapper I met on the street?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
what was that guy's name? I can't remember.
I forget it, but he was actually nice.
Awesome.
I'm huge on Detroit rap, so.
Yeah, nice.
72 Baca or something like that. That was his name, and he just like approached me shirtless on the street, and he was like, "Yo, check me out on SoundCloud."
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's I love discovering music like that. I had seen a friend of mine had posted this drummer that like you would never know how you would never know that they were homeless or anything like that by the way that they presented themselves and played. And one of the most amazing musicians I had ever heard. It was him and his drum kit, and he had a spot where he was every day at night, like when he was done playing. And he said that he had one of the most comfortable free lives ever.
Fuck, boys, let's start taking notes.
Like, seriously, because he could play wherever he wanted. He could play whenever he wanted. He always had a meal by the time he was done playing, whether it came in the form of money or an actual meal.
Wow.
No rules.
And he was able to,
life.
He was able to give back by giving people the gift of music without them having to pay for it.
Damn.
Yeah.
You still going?
I was 20, 25 maybe. And let's not do the math on how long ago that was, okay?
Like 2000.
So, pretty close, actually. Pretty close, kiddo. So, well, we have hit 57 minutes, so we've got 3 minutes left. I'm really, really grateful that you guys found me. I'm not even really sure if I found you or if you guys found me.
I just messaged you because I saw you just popped up on my Facebook, and then I saw you on TikTok, and I was like, "What are the odds?"
Right? And it's funny because I never respond to my TikTok messages.
Why?
Well, because it's no
you should always
that I'm over 40.
messages.
Okay, I'm not the TikTok generation. I'm the Facebook generation.
True.
I'm the MySpace generation. Okay, well, not so much MySpace.
Follow us on Instagram too. We do most of our stuff on Instagram.
Okay, I don't know if I'm already following you guys on Instagram, but I am on there. I have my private account, and then I have Sofa City as well. So
cool.
Yeah. So they'll definitely
cool
find you on
our
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us too.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, well, how about this? We've got 2 minutes left, so why don't you tell us who you are, where you're from, where we can find all your stuff, all your links, and all your merch before we say goodbye.
Nose goes.
Okay, I'll go first. Well, my name is Matt. I'm the drummer for Polluted. I'm from Delaware, Ontario, which is outside of London. It's a small town.
I am in Delaware.
Yeah, just living the Delaware life. I'm gonna get it tattooed on my knuckles one day. And
You are.
If you need to get a hold of me or need to find me, all my stuff will be attached to Polluted's Instagram. And if you need to get a hold of me, just let me know and just hear and roll and to have fun. Beat that, Travis, if you can.
Yeah, go, Travis.
Well, I'm Travis. I'm from London, Ontario. I'm the bass player in Polluted. Like Matt said, you can find most of my links as well through our Instagram or anything like that. We have our link tree on there that links to all of our stuff, our Spotify and whatnot. Also, check out our Redbubble if you want to buy our merch online. It's a little more expensive that way than coming to our shows, but
or hit us up if you want.
Or hit us up.
Hit us up if you want to get something, as well.
And we'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
Yeah. And then my name is Hunter. I play guitar and I sing in Polluted. Polluted is one of many children I will give birth to in my life. And I like to rock and roll. I don't conform. I abide by the few. And I love music and punk rock music and the whole music scene, and will do everything I can do to save rock and roll with these boys right here.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Gang.
Andrew the Legend, it's been a blast doing this with you. You were right on point for the whole show.
Yeah.
Nobody would ever know it was your first show if we didn't tell them, but we have to tell them. So when we look back on this 25 years from now, when you have your own empire, that we know that this was your very first show.
And that you guys were lucky to be on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
you
lucky.
guys were lucky
Megadeth
to be
is
on
fun.
it.
When we're old and retired, you'll be interviewing us then.
Right?
Yeah. You'll be punk rocking and rolling real soon.
Well, maybe what we'll do is we'll make this an annual thing on his interview anniversary. We will spend the show with you guys.
Cool.
100%.
So on that
Cool.
note, don't run away from backstage right away. I definitely want to chat with you guys for a minute, but we're going to kick the rest of the world out and
Okay.
have a fantastic evening, guys.